That's right. I'm back from shooting Supergirl and Flash, and me and Marc are going to sit here and give you oral for the next 20 minutes.
This isn't how oral works.
Or more. Yeah, I don't know where he gets his oral from. We'll learn how Marc learned oral on today's Fat Man on Batman. Welcome to Batman on Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Marc Bernardin.
Hey, man, we got so much to dive into. It's been so long.
It's been a while.
It's been so long. There's a new president coming.
There is. The world has changed.
Yeah, the world has turned upside down, some would say. But we're still here, damn it.
Holding it down.
In the Fat Cave. And we're got a sponsor.
Woo!
That's right. Before we dive in, give me a single. Before we dive into the news, let us try to sell you a little something sexy. Give Marc a single because he's going to tell you about
MeUndies. Yes.
Go to the two shop. That's right.
Undies, like underwear that are so nice. It's like they cup your ass for you.
And me, meaning you. MeUndies, as Popeye would say. MeUndies. MeUndies.com is this service, man, that you sign up for. And every month they dump a bunch of underpants in your face.
Have you ever gotten a box of cotton? A box of cotton shows up in your house.
Is that how it comes? I thought they just fucking brought you to some place and threw underwear at you. You're like, thank you, mistress.
Like
it's not that.
It's not an underwear gun. There's not some dude with a cannon. Just undies.
And you catch a pair. Oh my God. One time I went to Japan, a long time ago, for Sundance 94. It's Tokyo. Sundance Tokyo 94. And that was at a time, I don't know if they do it anymore, but they used to sell, like, you know how you go to the grocery store and for a quarter you used to get like gum, or $1 you'd get an egg with something in it to fuck around with, like gooey tape or whatever the fuck. They had underpants. Used
Soiled
underpants. Soiled underpants. That is not what MeUndies is about, man.
No, but let's take a second to clap for Japan. Like, honestly, I appreciate a good perversion society like anybody else.
See, I didn't see it like that. I thought it was them being eco-friendly.
It's recycling.
It's green is what it is. MeUndies.com, man. They have a genius service. And I know this because I'm wearing their undies right now. I'd show you, except I would have to show off my lard rolls to do that. And I'm not going to do that. Not now. You're going to have to pay. Yeah. This show ain't free. This gun show, if you want to see it, that's going to cost. It's like a pay-per-view special. Enough people sign up and Kev Smith takes off his shirt live. It's like 20 minutes long. I peel, we bring the cameras in, and I eat while they fucking nook and cranny me and shit. I would fear nothing after that. You know what I'm saying? That's my kryptonite. So if that was like a fucking pay-per-view special, sponsored by MeUndies.com perhaps, I would come out of that fucking fearless.
You know what?
The whole world, like 1,000 people that signed up, and once it went on the internet for free, then more people were like looking like, that's like in Est, Warner Earhart had these seminars back in the 70s, and they would do a thing where you'd stand there in like your underwear, and they would have every member of the group come up and like look at every pore on your body and stuff. And at first you're like, this is horrifying, but they said that by the end of the exercise, everybody was doing it to each other, and then they're just over that thing. I would be the one that broke that exercise because after 100 people like getting all up and close and being like, ew, I'd be rolling tears and stuff. I wouldn't become a better person. I'd become a broken person from that exercise. You know what would make me whole again? MeUndies.com. That's right, man. Can you imagine? There's a service where you never have to go suffer the tyranny of fucking being forced to buy underwear in public again. For a large man like myself, that's humiliating, man, because you can't just go into any normal store. You go shop with a normie shop, they ain't got your selection there. And if you're like, can I have a larger size? They're like, well, excuse me, larger underpants? Is that what you're asking for? And everybody knows, that you're fat. But MeUndies.com allows you to put in whatever size you want on the down low, QT, nobody knows. And every month, what do they send you?
They send you this material called modal, I want to say.
Modal.
I might be pronouncing it wrong. I'm not entirely sure.
Sport of it.
But they will send you a box of fucking underwear, dude. A box of underwear. And you know what? If you don't...
Fresh underwear. This ain't like soiled. This is all... You wear this shit.
I mean, you could try specifying soiled underwear. I don't think they'll send it to
They
you.
ain't gonna do it, man. He's right about the material, though, man. I've worn this shit, and it feels fucking nice. It's not cotton,
Oh,
it's
dude,
something else.
it's so good.
Space-age polymers in this fiber, son.
3 times softer than cotton.
This is the best part about MeUndies.com. Let's say you sign up, and you're like, fuck this. As so often happens with
Bullshit.
offers. Yeah. Let's say you're outraged. You're like, fucking MeUndies, fuck undies. And you just want to go fucking, what are they called? Commando. For the rest of your life. Somewhere, somehow, someone is going to pay. Commando. Let's say that's the case. This is how fucking cool MeUndies.com, the folks over there are. They'll cancel you out. You're done. You'll never hear from them again, fucko, unless you re-sign up. And you get to keep the underpants.
This is why they don't have a soiled underpants business, because they would make you send it back after you wear them and don't like them.
And then they could have shipped them off overseas.
Yeah.
They're not thinking.
No, there's money on the table. They're leaving. I'm not.
We're going to open up MarcUndies.com, and that's what it's going to be all about.
So send me your underpants.
MeUndies.
$10 a month. I will take your underpants.
Send me underpants. MeUndies, man. How much does it cost?
Less than 2 cocktails.
What the fuck's that mean?
All right, less than 2. Well, cocktails.
Yeah, what if you're a fucking heavy alcoholic where you're like, I drink out of a Stanley cup?
Goldfish bowl of tequila.
Should say standard cocktails, man. Included in the price is the sweet touch of, as Marc mentioned, modal.
Modal.
What would is Modal? Isn't he the villain in the Marvel universe? Big head, little chair. I've made your underwear, Spider-Man. You never really fought Spider-Man that much. Modoc, I was talking about. That shit's 3 times softer than cotton, son.
Yes.
You ain't kidding. It is true. It does have a weird feel to it. Not weird bad, but weird like, this is ultra soft.
I know.
It's like wearing cotton candy around your privates.
It is like somebody blowing gently on your balls.
Yours is better. Limited time, everyone in this audience watching who suffered through this commercial, because we're having a good time, they get 20% off their first order, man, 20%. But you have to go to the special URL, MeUndies, me.com/fatman, all one word.
FATMAN.
There you go. For those spelling challenge.
Helping you out. Reading is fundamental.
Basic reading. Marc Bernardin. With MeUndies better day guarantee, man, you got nothing to lose. So don't wait. Don't wait any longer. You heard, man. You don't even have to give them the undies back if you don't like them. But you will like them. I'm wearing them. I vouch for these fucking undies.
I feel like a superhero, man.
They've got different designs. They send you different designs. I'm wearing a pair that's got donuts on them. My wife mocked me, but fuck her.
I didn't get the donuts.
You didn't?
I got ghosts.
And your wife's like, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. We gotta talk about that move later on. That's MeUndies.com/fatman, man. Don't wait any longer. Go to MeUndies.com/fatman right now for 20% off your first fucking order.
That's a lot of percent, man.
I love this underwear, dude. It's awesome. You know who really loves it? Jason Mewes.
Uh-oh.
Jason Mewes asked me he's like, did you get new undies? I was like, yeah. He's like, can I have it? I'm like, you're not going to fit in mine. These are going to droop around you and shit like that.
Don't make it a quilt.
Wait for your own undies. That's not yourownundies.com. MeUndies.com. All right, enough about that.
Yes.
Thank you to our sponsor, MeUndies.
Thank you.
Anytime
Take care of your
anybody
junk,
wants
boys
to
and
be
girls.
involved in this show is fucking impressive to me. Okay, let's hit the fucking news.
Let's do it, son.
What have we missed?
We've missed quite a bit.
Let's hit this is an old story, but let's hit this. Here, we'll share this.
Okay, what you got?
Last week I was working on Supergirl.
A television show on the CW.
That's right. I was working on, right prior to that, Flash. That was like a month and a half ago, or a month ago. And then I did Supergirl right after that. My Flash episode airs next week.
Ooh.
A week. Is today Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday.
A week from tonight. From us taping it. This coming Tuesday, November 22nd, 11/22, man, 11/22. My Flash episode entitled Killer Frost debuts. There's a whole bunch of new images all over online. There's a picture of me with the Flash and Killer Frost.
Shut the fuck up.
Dropping the mic because I'm done with this fucking bullshit life. Mother, I've made it. She's not in bed. She's in Florida. That's what I'm calling out to her.
Speakerphone. We got a speakerphone. That's fine.
Mother! She got a speakerphone? What a good time I had. First on Flash, and then a super fucking time on Supergirl. Boy, oh boy, I had a fucking blast. And both couldn't be more different from each other. Killer Frost is like a thriller.
Ooh, very
Killer
cool.
thriller Killer Frost. The whole thing is like a Grisham movie set in the world of comics a little bit with powers and shit.
I love that the CW is letting you like indulge every genre that you possibly could. It's like, I'm going to do a sort of relationship, time travel-y romance drama thing, then a thriller, then an action movie.
I'm getting to exercise different muscles. Like, I've never really told a thriller story. Well, Red State's kind of a thriller. And then this recent one, the Supergirl episode, we do like it's very ambitious. It's different from a lot of the Supergirl episodes. Not different bad, but we take a journey.
A journey through time and space.
Kinda. It's big. It's a big episode. So it turned out phenomenally well. I was just working on the cut this morning. The first cut of the Flash is done, and it airs next week. The Supergirl I got the first cut of, and it was 12 minutes long. So I went through an easy first pass. We're like, oh, let's lose this air, and now we're down 5 minutes. So there's 7 minutes left to cut out. It's gonna be tough because all the scenes are really good. Charm City are those two kids, Melissa and Chris Wood. If no one else can, Chris Wood. He plays Mon-El on the show. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Cast them in everything. They are adorable. Charm City, man. They're incredible.
It's funny, I saw a trailer today for Patriots Day, the new Peterborough.
She's in it.
She's in it.
Melissa.
And I'm like, is that Supergirl in a good job? I think it's Supergirl.
Supergirl betrays her country. She plays the wife of the older brother in the Boston bombing. I saw her. She's wearing a, what do you call it?
Hijab.
And going like, I want a lawyer or something.
You don't get a lawyer, bitch.
The more truth, justice, and the American way for her. She's fucking finished. You expect Alex to pop in at any minute and be like, come on, Kara.
It's been a sting.
Or the person who's talking to her transforms into the Martian Manhunter. And she's like, John. And he's like, welcome home, Supergirl. He was awesome. They were all awesome. All the performers, all the actors on the show. Cast and crew alike. But David, at one point, he has a line. I can't say it because it'll spoil it. But he has a line that is so fucking DC universe, so specifically super world. That's kind of bad. You know what? I can talk about it without spoiling it. He references the red sun of Krypton. And so he has this line where he says, Arcturus is a red sun. And he fucking, I came when he said it. It was so fucking pitch perfect. David doesn't even have to be in the Martian Manhunter persona to carry the presence of the Martian Manhunter. He is almost more Martian Manhunter when he's just being Hank Henshaw than when they do the effects. He's so amazing. And he's British as fuck. Yeah. So the moment he's not being Martian Manhunter, he's like, so I stand over here. Oh, go back to that other fucking Martian Manhunter voice.
Hit the R's. Hit the R's hard.
I would like it though for one episode if that was his voice. Bloody hell, Supergirl.
Well, all you have to do is there's an in disguise thing. They've got to infiltrate some British embassy, and he's got to be, boom. Do it.
But he's not Cockney in real life. He's got posh.
Yeah, he's like up Savile Row. That's all I know about posh.
Or Portobello Road. Portobello Road. Do you remember Bedknobs and Broomsticks?
I don't at all.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks can be remade today. That movie could so fucking work today. In a world where Disney's like Peach Dragon and shit like that, hey, I will fucking suck dick, Disney, to make the remake of Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I'm never gonna get the job if they see his friend doesn't know shit about sucking dick.
He's not gonna help us at all.
What is he doing? Is he beating people before? What? I
don't know. Is he extending a staff of
Isn't this the universal sign for oral?
Yeah, no.
That fucking movie has it all, dude. Witches, battling fucking Nazis, with fucking ghosts in armor, kids.
You've sold me already.
Cartoon Under the Sea where they play fucking soccer.
Do you have to drop that bit?
The Isle of Nabumbu. No, you could do it even better. It was two-dimensional. So at one point in the movie, the kids are like, bed, take us to the Isle of Nabumbu. And the bed takes them because they're going for the Star of Astaroth. It's a long story. It's fucking good.
It's the whole thing.
And they go under the water on the bed, and then it pops up in the lagoon on the Isle of Nabumbu, which is all animals and clothes and shit like that. And they play a soccer game at one point, and then they steal the king wears the Star of Astaroth. You probably wouldn't. Well, you would. I was going to say you probably wouldn't do the soccer game, but now you would, because now it would be like They're like, football, fuck that. It was probably football back then, right?
Or
Like,
yeah.
soccer to me, but it was probably.
Or you make it rugby. So it's fucking violent as shit.
There you go. Oh my God. Animals beating other animals, humans getting killed in the process.
On
Not killed,
board.
but hurt. Because there's that one dude, the dude who sings Portobello Road, he was involved in the game. So then that's it. There's a two-dimensional like animal world scene on the Isle of Nabumbu, but you could do that as like two-dimensional animals now, three-dimensional animals, CG and
Like
shit.
Jungle Book that shit.
You could literally Jungle Book that shit. Hopefully that's the meeting they're having right now in Disney, man. If they're not, this episode better spur it. And if it does, I would like to direct it. And since I won't be allowed to, I would like a thank you at the very least in the credits.
Invite me to the premiere, and I
Yeah.
can say that was my idea.
And if none of that happens, I will still support it at the box office. Because a good idea is a good idea. How do we get on that?
I'm not. Oh, David, in British accent, Cockney, boom.
You know who else is amazing in that shit? They're all great. I ain't taking away from anybody. Everybody's wonderful. But like Kyler, who plays Alex, Supergirl's sister, she had some fucking, like she had a meaty scene on last night's episode that I had nothing to do with. Like a heartbreaking scene where she like, they're doing this storyline where Alex, Supergirl's sister, is kind of getting involved with Maggie Sawyer. So she, you know, at first Maggie Sawyer's like, I didn't know you were gay, and her sister's like, oh, I'm not. Kyler's like, well, fucking Alex is like, I'm not gay. Then she thinks about it. She had a great scene a couple weeks ago where she like sits and talks to her and she's like, you know what, maybe I am, and blah blah blah. This week she came out to Kara, and then she like went into the bar and like kissed Maggie, and then Maggie's like, whoa, like I'm not. Like, I'm here as a friend. I'm not, like, into you like that.
It's like, I'm gay, just not gay for you.
Pretty much. And her fucking heartbreak scene is fantastic. Like, she's sitting there crying in her apartment, and, like, Supergirl comes to comfort her. But this is, like, fantastic fucking acting. So, in my episode, the episode I directed, she's got some killer stuff, too. But, man, she's fun. They're all fun on set. Like, it was fun. It was such a good time. Kept it light, had a good time. But anyway, fuck. What about that? I was up there in Supergirl world when this news happened. That was a long way to get to the fucking news. Flash, not the TV show that I've directed twice, 2 episodes of, but the movie,
Yes.
Warner Brothers DC Universe movie and stuff, has lost its 3rd filmmaker.
No?
Yeah. 2nd director, might be 3rd director, because remember the kids who did Lego movie? We're supposed to do
that's
Flash.
right. Yeah, Miller and Lord.
They were the first one. In fact, they're keeping their story, but they were going to write and direct the movie.
Right. Then Seth Grahame-Smith,
Then Seth Grahame-Smith, who was the guy that did,
the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
which is a fucking dope movie.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, right on, I'll see this Flash movie.
And Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
But then he left, creative differences, he said. And then the guy who did Dope,
Yeah, Rick Famuyiwa?
is that how you pronounce it?
I fucked that up, I'm sure.
The Dope director, he was the guy.
Dope director.
And
Like, they brought
then-
him out in San Diego. Like, he was part
Yeah,
of the
on
big, like...
stage to be like, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's like, it's him, and it's Affleck, and it's Snyder, and it was Patty Jenkins, and, like, here are our directors of your DC universe. And then he left.
And I was in the audience going, remember me?
Sons of bitches!
Ben, remember? I worked with him once. So close to the truth. Anyway,
So they're making a Booster Gold movie? I'll do that.
Silent Bob, anybody? No? The movie Flash currently has no Shepherd.
No.
Rick left. Another one that said creative differences, gotta go.
Yeah.
And he flashed it out of there. He zooped out of there. So currently they're without a director.
All is not well in the DC
Who's your pick?
I mean, you need somebody who, you know who my pick is?
I say call him Wachowskis.
You think so?
Why not?
I was going to pick the dude who did Attack the Block, Joe Cornish, I think.
Oh, that's a good pull.
Like, I think he can handle, like, the humor of it. He can handle the action of it. Like, he can bring the scale down so you're not spending a ton on it.
I like his idea better. Your idea is the future. My idea is the past.
I mean, I love the Wachowskis. My
But-
fear for them is that it becomes a bigger thing than it needs to be.
The running would be amazing.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But no, I don't know. What was that fucking sexy series they did on Netflix?
Oh, Sense8.
Yeah, they know how to tell a love story too.
They do.
And that was that other fucking movie they did based on the book that nobody went to see. But I
Oh,
fucking
Cloud
loved it.
Atlas.
I thought that was such a deeply affecting movie. I thought they did handle relationships well. But so they could do a Flash. I think they could do an excellent Flash. But I think your idea is fucking hot. What is he working on?
Not very
After
much.
Attack the
as far as I
Block,
know.
why weren't they like here?
Yeah, I think he has a writing credit on Ant-Man because I think he was working with Edgar Wright on it.
That's right.
And then again, Edgar might not be the worst choice for Flash either.
There you go. Well, yeah, Edgar Wright is a good fucking choice for Flash too. They need to get somebody for the love of Pete.
Yeah, I mean, if that train is supposed to barrel down the road, where we have all these standalone movies that feed into Justice Leagues, they got to get this going.
And meanwhile, poor Ezra Miller's sitting there going like, "Hello,
I'm ready.
is anybody ready to go running?"
The suit fits, but if I start eating, it's not going to fit for long.
It was a badass moment in fucking Suicide Squad when you saw him playing Captain Boomerang scene. That's out soon, right? On DVD or home video?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Got it.
Civil War is, and I watched that like a couple hundred times. Fucking movie holds up.
It really does.
So I'm looking forward to deep diving into Suicide Squad because they're gonna have extras, right? Bonus scenes that were
I think
cut.
it's another like half hour.
40 minutes of Joker that they took out of the movie.
Why would you want more Joker in your Joker movie?
I want to see just a smidge more Joker. All right, man. So that's Flash needs a director. So if anybody out there is looking for a job,
Yeah, if anybody wants to Tim Miller that shit,
call up Warner Brothers.
Maybe Tim Miller. Our boy Tim Miller.
Accidental genius. That's what you heard right here. Give me a single. Just
Our boy.
say it again.
Tim Miller
Okay, go
is
back.
not on the Deadpool 2 anymore.
Go
so,
back to the two shot. That's right. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, let's be honest. Your key ingredient in Deadpool, two key ingredients, I feel. Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah.
and I would have said Tim Miller. Until
Totally.
recently they told us that that's not the
Not
case.
so key at all.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. He's going off to make a Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Is he now?
That's what I read, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Sonic the Hedgehog. Which, more power to him. He comes from World of Games and stuff. But
I guess.
you're absolutely right. Tim and Warner Brothers.
Come on.
Come on, from the director of Deadpool.
That grossed almost as much as your old Batman v Superman movie.
And he'd think of something. He's visually fucking gifted. He would
yeah.
think of something to convey running. Because that's, you
Yeah.
know, we've seen tastes of running fast in the X-Men movies and now in the Avengers movie.
Yeah.
But you got to, for a whole Flash movie, you got to do something like fucking astoundingly new.
Totally. And like the Speed Force has to be a thing, like a real thing. And if you're going to visualize that, like get a dude who's awesome at that. And he directed one of my favorite superhero movies ever, the previs thing for like in what
For
was
the
it
Batman
called?
game?
Yeah.
Where it was Bruce Wayne's face as a boy and then growing older and then finally it was the Batman.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
And then he also
That dude could do justice to the Flash.
Yeah. And he also did, I can't remember what the fucking name of this game was, but it was this big Justice League set piece.
Tim, holla at your boys.
Holla at your boys, we got you.
We'll call and holler at Warner Brothers. Fuck us. Call them first. But
We'll
good
just give you
Lord.
their number and it's just the main switch line. You can
Good fucking idea, man. And what a coup for like Warner Brothers and for Tim that would be to be like, well, I'm off the Marvel movie, but I'm over here.
Hey.
Or it could be scooped up by real Marvel as opposed to Fox Marvel.
I mean, he could be, like, you just play all the fields. All of the fields he can play.
Speaking of Marvel, owned
Yes.
by Disney, and
Yeah.
there are shows on Netflix that are produced by Marvel, owned by Disney. Did you see the news that Disney's thinking about buying Netflix?
I did not see that news. Huh.
Marc edits the entertainment section,
No.
the arts section,
I got the film.
the film section.
coverage. This is all crazy doodads and techno TV shit.
Streaming's got nothing to do with the theater, my good boy. That's right.
didn't
Marc
see-
does film at the LA Times, but
Today, did that
they
break?
just talking about today. It's been all over the internet that Disney's going like, we might want to buy that, which would make them the kings of streaming content, kings of the future.
Remember when there was like a sort of law against that kind of vertical integration where you weren't supposed to be able to own?
I believe the term is called monopoly.
Yeah, that's, because there was a time when every movie studio also owned all of the theaters, and so they controlled everything from soup to nuts, and the government made them stop doing that. So this also feels very much like that, where we are going to control both the medium and the message, and the people who make the medium and the message. And it all
Disney's like,
belongs
hey
to us.
man, don't look for conspiracy where there's no conspiracy.
just let 'em run.
ESPN's losing a little loot for us. We need to see the future. We're just a squirrel trying to get a nut.
It's okay, everything will stay the same, just every third thing you see in your queue will be a Disney thing.
Think about the last two purchases they made. Star Wars, and Marvel.
Yes.
And then if you buy Netflix, Disney owns all of us.
Yeah. And also, let's not forget that before...
They don't own Game of Thrones yet, though.
No,
But
that's
they'll
only...
find a way to buy it.
But even before that, they bought Pixar.
It's true. Yeah, that's right. Now we just think of Pixar as Disney,
Yeah.
but they bought them. They fucking...
That was their first big move in the, we want everything good.
Stock watchers, watch this Disney company. They're on the move. I don't know if anyone's undervaluing them. Wow, that's fucking nuts if they get Netflix.
Yeah. Please.
It'd be nice if Disney owned everything. I could just deal with one company. Bank of Disney. Okay.
Hyperglobalmega.com.
Yes, that's where we're heading. And then we're all off planet. And shit. Then little robots will clean up after us. And we'll be on flying deck chairs.
Sipping food shakes.
Wally is a dream for some of us.
Inhumans? You want
Let's
to talk
do
Inhumans?
it.
While we're talking
Speaking
about
of-
Marvel,
Oh, well done. Well done. Give him a single.
while we're in the Marvel world, Inhumans, who have been sort of like, not even so much as bubbling, but a main thread of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show on the Marvel ABC, are getting their own television program.
Go back to a two-shot. That's
Yes.
fucking, that makes more sense than doing an Inhumans movie.
I think so.
Initially, when they announced Phase 2 and Phase 3, the Inhumans was meant to be a movie. But, I mean, look, I'm not saying they couldn't do it. They fucking took, now they've taken Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, and fucking Doctor Strange and turned them into massive hits. They are a fucking golden, stellar, platinum golden brand.
Yeah.
They can do no fucking wrong. So, that being said, I'm sure they would have crushed an Inhumans movie, but I think this sounds like a dope show.
It makes sense. It makes sense, and it's also, I mean, especially coming
Black
off
Bolt, he can't open his mouth. He's the original Silent Bob.
What?
If he opens his mouth, he destroys the universe and shit.
Yeah, I mean, and it seems as if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., while I'm actually kind of enjoying the season, I checked back in because of Ghost Rider. I did, and Ghost Rider's kind of badass.
Is it cool?
It is very cool. And so I've kind of been paying attention and watching how the story's beginning to evolve.
You might have just sold me on fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
fucking Ghost
And
Rider,
but
dude.
they've also been threading the needle for Inhumans.
Yes, like all of the last season and in the beginning of this season, it's all been about Inhumans and all been about, because that's the mutants they can do.
They can't say
because they
mutants.
can't say mutants. So Inhumans get to be their X-Men, basically.
So they've been referencing them, but they've never said like Black Bolt, Lockjaw.
They've never done that.
Medusa.
But it's more like, oh, here's a bunch of people who have the Inhuman gene that has been turned on and activated, and so now all these characters, like Quake is an Inhuman, and this guy's an Inhuman, and the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. is now an Inhuman.
Do you think they'll do it like the Inhumans in the comics, like they're royalty and shit? It's a royal family.
They might. I mean, they can totally just, they can go
Remember the
interstellar
Jay
if they
Lee
want
book
to.
in the 90s?
Yes, so sweet.
It was a good-looking fucking book, man.
But,
Beautiful.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is beginning to show some ratings.
Serious?
I know,
Beautiful. That was like the most fucking real beautiful I've uttered in my life. And I say it to my wife all the time, like, oh, you're so beautiful. But I was just beautiful.
Like I heard the tear form on your eyelid.
No. Beautiful. I went there in my mind's eye. I saw that Jay Lee art. And it was
That was Smokey the Bear. Single teardrop.
only you, Jay Lee, can make that kind of shit.
But yeah, like the ratings on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are beginning to show some weakness. They're beginning to erode a little bit. It's 4 years into a show that was never like overwhelmingly popular to begin with. So it feels like that could
Stick
just
Ghost
be...
Rider on it though. Fucking.
Yeah, like it's taking a little bit of a blip. Like it shows that people still want a kind of show like that.
Right.
But maybe just not that anymore.
Essentially, though, with the addition of Ghostbusters, that'd be amazing. With the addition of Ghost Rider, the message they were sent was, spend more money! And they were like, I guess, because that season effect, right? Every
Oh, totally.
time.
Like
you
every
fucking
time you get the skull
flaming
and all
skull
of
in
that.
the car and shit.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, and you know, that's costly.
Spend some money, and we also don't care that much about these characters anymore.
Is that what it is?
I mean, a little bit of, like, Ghostbusters is basically like the Poochie of the Marvel Universe. It was like, we stopped caring so much about these guys, but look, it's a Poochie!
So it's a backdoor
It's
Ghost
basically,
Rider
it could be,
spin-off.
but and it's also an Inhumans. Like, here's the world you will now care about.
And Inhumans is going to ABC.
Yeah.
Not Netflix or something
Yeah.
like that. Right on.
But and they're going to premiere the first 2 episodes
If they can do fucking... When? Oh, on...
2017 in IMAX. They're doing the first 2 episodes in theaters as an event.
So they can live up to their, it's going to be a movie.
Right. Look, we put it in theaters, you guys.
No, that counts.
We had a release date and everything.
On an IMAX screen. That's fucking
IMAX screen.
huge.
That's cash money.
I'm in. Fucking, I like the Inhumans, and the fact they're gonna do it as a show.
Bring it.
Okay, Stranger Things
Season 2.
is happening, even though none of us want it.
Nobody watched it.
It's coming back, and they've added 2 cast members.
Carter J. Burke. It's Paul Reiser from Aliens.
Oh my God, you went with his alien
I
secret
went with his
code
alien
name.
secret name.
I was sitting there going, why do I know that name?
Yeah, Carter Burke
And
and
it went bad, Ripley. It went bad.
but sometimes you got to make the call, Ripley. He's just a grunt. You can't ask him to make that kind of decision.
Why don't you put her in charge? That's the other guy.
Mr. Bill Paxton.
Why don't you put her in charge?
We're fucking animals. We mean they cut the power, man.
We're screwed.
We're fucked, man.
That's one of the greatest performances of all time.
It really is.
Imagine how fucking good you have to be at your job to outshine a kid who was brilliant, Sigourney Weaver who was brilliant,
Yep.
all the direction by Cameron which was brilliant, the fucking, not one alien, but a gazillion aliens which was brilliant, and then a fucking queen alien which was even more brilliant.
And we're sitting here.
And still, like when people talk about the movie, whenever I talk about it, one of my first thoughts is, why don't you put her in charge? His performance is fucking pitch perfect.
You're not reading it right.
They're in the walls, man.
You're fucking nuts. We can fucking kill this, man. I love it.
We could basically do 20 minutes of just
Bill
lines
Paxton.
from Bill Paxton.
These are illegal aliens and you signed up.
How do I get out of this chicken shit outfit? What's his last name? Hudson. I'm Hudson, sir. He's X. That's a mistake I make all the time in real life. And I watched that movie and I'm like, oh shit, he's right. Okay, so
Paul Reiser.
Paul Reiser, man, who was brilliant in that movie too.
And Samwise Gamgee.
It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call. And then who?
Samwise Gamgee from the Lord of the Rings movies.
Sean Astin.
Sean Astin.
Is going to be in Stranger Things.
I know. They're basically giving you all of the 80s at once.
Oh, he's a Goonie.
He's a Goonie.
I forgot. All I could think of, I was like, why do they want a Lord of the Rings? That was like the aughts, but he's a fucking OG Goonie, for Christ's sake.
He's an OG Goonie.
Oh, that is a good catch.
Yes.
Well done, fucking Stranger Things. Took me a minute to catch up. I forgot about his old work.
From his earlier period.
His early period. Early Aston. Wow, it's a renaissance of early Aston.
It really is. No. So
We're all going to fall down the ass hole once again. Thank you. I coined that phrase. Just in case it takes off. All right, Stranger Things. They got
Season
some
2.
cast members.
They're doing it.
Let's you know what, man? That's a lot of news. Let's break it up. We'll do
You gonna break it up? We can come back
because we have there's a fuck ton more that we got to get to. So
Fuck yeah.
let's put a pin in it. Boop. And come back in 2 fucking days. Can't wait that long.
Come on.
You fucking addict. You Batman, I'm Batman.
It's been
Go
so
get it, you
long.
fucking junkie.
Come on, I'll suck your dick.
What a fantastic runner that has become. Holy shit. All right, that's all the time. Come back. In the next episode here is a preview.
Ooh,
we're going to talk about the Harley Quinn movie.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Green Hornet. We're going to talk about a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
Come on
bring
back.
it.
It's going to be nice. For Fat Man, I'm Batman, I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Marc Bernardin.
Come back, fucking next time. Same fat time, same fat channel. Modcast.com or
YouTube.com/Kevin Smith.
you think I'd remember that?
It's my job.